Hey peeps, what's up? Munchy here, back with another video, and in this video we're going to do our unboxing and initial impressions of the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus in Phantom Black. Now the unboxing experience here is pretty simple. You have the box, inside that you have the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus protected by some protective film which you do need to take off. Other than that, you have a box which has your manuals, your SIM card ejector tool, and it also has the USB Type C to Type C cable. No charging block inside the box. However, I will leave a link to a few chargers which are going to work absolutely fine for your Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus in the description of this video. So this here is the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus in Phantom Black. The back here is matte finish and the Samsung logo is in glossy finish, and your camera rings around the camera modules are also in glossy finish. The sides are also glossy in finish and they do match up pretty nice with the matte back. Now on the bottom you have the cutout for your Type C port, you have your speakers, you have your two mics and your SIM card tray. Nothing on this side. Then on the top you have your noise cancelling mic, and on this side you have your volume buttons and your 5G antenna. The volume buttons here are super clicky and super responsive, and the same can be said for your power button as well. The only thing which I do not like about the back over here is that Samsung has printed the IMEI right below the Samsung logo. So IMEI is something which everybody likes to hide. So I'm not sure why Samsung has it out there in the open. The other thing which I like about the back is that because it is matte and finish, right, the fingerprints and smudges, they are there on the back, but they are not as visible as they are on the Google Pixel 7 Pro over here, which has a super glossy back. So you can actually get away without a case on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus and not having to wipe your phone too much. Now moving over to the in-hand feel. So the sides here are curved a little, and if you compare it with the Apple iPhone 14 Pro, the iPhone 14 Pro is more boxy because the sides are not curved. But the Pixel 7 Pro over here is the boss because they have the back which is also curved. So if I were to talk about in-hand feel, then Pixel 7 Pro would be the best in-hand feel because the back is also curved, as you can see over here. Then I would rank the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus as second with respect to in-hand feel, and your iPhone 14 Pro would be third because this is more like boxy feeling device. But the downside here is that the sides being glossy finish, they are a bit slippery. So yes, you do feel that the phone might slip out of your hand when you are holding it. Another thing which I have to give to Samsung is the weight distribution on this device is pretty good. Even though it is above 200 grams, to be exact, it is like 201 grams. The weight distribution is pretty good. The Pixel 7 Pro, on the other hand, does sometimes feels top heavy. That is not the case with the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus. And if you ask me, hey Manchi, does the phone rock on a table because the camera lenses are protruding out? The answer to that is yes, there is a little bit of rocking of back and forth when you tap on the bottom right of the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus. Next up, let us talk about the display. So the display here is flat, no curved edges. A flat display means you can easily find a tempered glass screen protector which is going to install without any issues. And the best part here is that a Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus screen protector works absolutely fine like a boss on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus. Other than that, outdoors it gets crazy bright. In direct sunlight, you will have no issues reading the text or looking at the display of your Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus. With respect to colors, of course, this is a Samsung AMOLED panel, so the colors here are awesome as well. and something which you expect from a flagship device. Then let us talk about the biometrics, your fingerprint unlock and face unlock. Crazy fast fingerprint unlock over here. The best part is that you do not have to enable always on display. With your display turned off, the screen turned off, you just place your finger where the fingerprint sensor is and it is going to unlock super fast. Do note I am coming from the Google Pixel 7 Pro, and this one over here, the fingerprint sensor has improved, but it is still not as fast and as good as what you have on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus over here. Then you also have face unlock on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus, which again is super crazy fast, but what really surprised me is how well it works in the dark. On the Google Pixel 7 Pro over here, the face unlock does not work in the dark, but the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus, I have to say that the biometrics, your fingerprint unlock, your face unlock, the under display fingerprint sensor are all top notch and work like a boss. Next up, even though this is initial impressions, a lot of you might ask about battery life. So do note I haven't charged the phone yet. When I took it out of the box, I think it was at around 55%. So if we go into the battery settings, it is still learning my usage pattern. But if I go into the details, you will notice that the screen on time is around 2 hours and 49 minutes. And total usage I think is around 20 hours 58 minutes. The battery has gone from 55% to 26%. So far the battery life has been good, but again, this is an initial impressions video and testing the battery life might take around a week or two to give me the actual picture. Next up, let us talk about the software. So the UI is smooth, crazy fast, no jitters and no lags so far. Do note out of the box you will get an update, so make sure you check for a software update as soon as you turn on your Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus for the first time. Other than that, once you get the update, you will be on One UI 5.1. Of course, it does ship with Android 13 out of the box, and Samsung is promising 4 OS updates, which means you will get Android 17, and they are also promising 5 years of security updates, which beats any Android manufacturer out there right now, including Google with their Google Pixel devices. Next up, let us talk about the cameras and the initial impression for the cameras on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus. The pictures here are what I call typical Samsung, because when you place them side by side with either an iPhone 14 Pro picture or a picture from the Google Pixel 7 Pro, you stop and think, you're like, hey, what was the actual scene looking like? Because the pictures from Samsung devices, the Galaxy S series, have always been oversaturated. The contrast is high. They try to brighten up the scene a lot, which means that the shadows sometimes are brightened, and over brightening of the shadows means that sometimes they just go missing. And at one point in some of these pictures which I took, I was like, the pictures from the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus, they look borderline fake and artificial to me, but again, that is just me. I like my pictures to be natural, and when I look back at the pictures, I want to see the moment which I captured. I don't want to see extra sunlight or the shadows disappearing or the colors being over saturated, but to each their own. And there it is, peeps. Those were our initial impressions of the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus. If you do have any questions, do let me know in the comments below.